Today is day three of creating content consistently. And today I woke up, I think I was dreaming, and in my dream, like when I woke up from my dream, I had to reach for my pen and write down the lesson that I was thinking about. And I don't know what, I don't even remember the dream in particular, but then the lesson that I was contemplating on in the morning when I woke up was this, and this is what I wrote down. The things we do or long to do is usually motivated by what we enjoy seeing others doing. And I started thinking about myself, my life, and the journey I've been on so far. And I came to the realization that a lot of the things that inspire me most times it's because I've seen someone else do it and then it was inspiring. Like I enjoyed watching them do it and I long to do something, right? Of course, everyone's journey is unique, but to it's like there is, to an extent, there is some part of somebody else's journey that inspired you directly or indirectly. So the concept of creating content consistently, I remember when I started creating YouTube content, which was back in 2019. That's when I had discovered Gary Vaynerchuk, and I love his concept about content creation and all. But what I really enjoyed was the fact that he lets us into his life, like showing us on daily basis. This is how I'm executing. So a lot of people preach things, they tell you things. Oh, you got to do this, but then you don't get to really see how they are doing it. The other way I think about it is most times when people are successful, they show you the result, they don't show you the process, right? So I kind of began resonating with people who were showing the process, and because I enjoy that, I have always longed to do something like that where you show the process of becoming successful. So if you ever get the opportunity to see my first ever YouTube video that I recorded, I was basically talking about the channel and the reason why I was creating that particular YouTube channel that I created. And essentially, it was about documenting my journey to success. Like, I believe that I'm going to succeed in life, but then I don't want to wait until I've succeeded to tell the story because I know that the journey is going to be rough. Like, I don't expect it to be any smooth, it's going to be rough. However, I know that however rough it becomes, I'm going to go through it successfully and I'm going to succeed at the end, right? So, how do I make sure that I document the entire journey? And unfortunately, along the line, I started following, trying to create content that the platforms wanted in order to grow a following. But now that I think about it, I think the more reason why I want to document these things is because I've seen other people do it, and it inspires me a lot. Yeah, I think I went on to write a couple of things. Like, I enjoy watching people be consistent at things. That is very important. And from day one, I said that I love consistency so much. If you can be consistent at anything, I admire you. Like, irrespective of what it is, like, for as long as you can be consistent at it, I admire you. Because not a lot of people in this world struggle with consistency. So whatever it is, aim for consistency. Very, very important. I also wrote, I enjoy watching day in the life of people. So when, as a pharmacist, when I was thinking about leaving pharmacy practice, like full-time pharmacy practice, one of the things that I caught myself doing a lot was watching software engineers, a day in the life of a software engineer. And the reason I started watching that was because around the time when I was trying to leave pharmacy practice, it was more of going to build my own startup. But then in the digital health space, unfortunately, even though I had learned how to code, I didn't feel confident in my coding skills. And I needed other people to help me build this dream. I tried reaching out to a lot of people, but unfortunately, almost everyone was looking for the money upfront. Like, how much are you going to pay me? And mind you, this is a time in my life where I didn't have money to pay anyone. So I was really motivated to go and learn the skills myself. Like, I know that I want to make this happen, and for it to happen, I really need to upskill in order to do it. And I started by watching day in the lives of software engineers. In fact, I watch a lot of videos, YouTube videos, a lot of channels, like, and I studied a lot as well. Like, I remember taking startup school by Y Combinator. I took a lot of other courses, content marketing course on HubSpot, and many other things along that line. But I have never stopped watching Day in the Life. And in fact, I think I went on to, right, I remember admiring Gary Vee on how he created over 1,000 episodes of Wine Library TV. And that's when I started watching Gary Vee. He used to make reference a lot to Wine Library TV. So I was trying to follow up and see what he did. And it was just amazing that he created content every single day for more than 1,000 days. And that level of consistency, man, it does a lot. Like, people just admire you, even if you don't succeed. Like, the fact that you are being consistent. I think just somewhere, maybe this early this year or somewhere last year, I believe it was early this year, I came across a very young guy on YouTube who was documenting his journey to becoming a copywriter. And even though his videos aren't getting hundreds or thousands of views, but I was drawn to it because he had done it for more than, I think at the time, he has done it for more than 200 days. So showing up every single day and recording videos for 200 days straight, that's some level of consistency that I just admire. And I want to believe that I'm not the only one who admires it. So it is a source of motivation for me that seeing other people do these things inspire me. Therefore, I also want to do it. I want to document the journey of being consistent at something so that others who are like me would also learn and be inspired by the fact that you can be consistent at the things that you enjoy doing. And if you are consistent at it, the possible results that you get. So by documenting it in real time, the hope is that people get to see the process and not just the outcome. Right. So the let's see, the last thing that I wrote. Yep. Okay. Daily V, and I remember even weekly V. I remember, is it Coffee with Gary V? In fact, during the 2020 lockdown, most people were pivoting. Like, Gary V's content was going around with D-Rock recording every single thing. And then all of a sudden we are on lockdown, no one can go out. I was really curious how he was going to turn that around, and I really enjoyed the fact that he started Coffee. Is it Tea with Gary Vee? I think it was Tea with Gary Vee. And it taught me a lot of things. That yesterday, I think I said the lesson I learned was see the silver lining in every situation, every problem, every challenge that you find yourself. There is a silver lining in there. Look for it, right? And that is exactly what Gary Vee did back in 2020 that I admire. And outside of these things that I wrote now, in terms of today, I'd say that I haven't really been productive. And I feel that as soon as that pressure to launch our product went off, like, the extent of motivation that I had previously isn't as high as before. I mean, I have right now isn't as high as I had before. Yes, I'm still motivated and I'm coding. In fact, unfortunately for me, I've been exhausting my cloud code budget regularly. Like, the 5 hour window that I'm on currently, I'm waiting for the next 5 minutes for it to reset so that I can go back to coding. I exhaust cloud code, I've exhausted Kesa, I've exhausted Codes. So you can imagine how much code I'm churning out per day. But yeah, it is exciting. Every single day I get to do these things. I get to build things. I get to think like the things that I can imagine now. It's just unbelievable. Like what I can really do now with code, when I think about them, I'm like, oh my goodness. So hopefully with time I will be able to show you my screen and show you some of the things that I'm working on. But it's been good. I've been resting almost the whole day. I did some work. I needed to put together some documentation for work, so that is what I did, and also did a lot more coding. I need to review. In fact, I have a lot of code to review that I haven't done it yet. Getting to the evening time, I've been just trying to get some rest, lying in bed. It's all good. One of the things that I wish to have done that I didn't do is going out to exercise. At least for yesterday, I was able to go out, but today I didn't go out, and I haven't. In fact, I didn't eat well. From day one, I said I wanted this consistency, the habit of creating content consistently, be an adjacent habit to eating well and exercising, but I failed to do that today. And yep, I'm reporting myself on camera so that I'll be inspired to do it going forward. All right, so that is what I have for you today. In fact, it is 11:57 p.m. right now. It's almost 12 a.m. And I'm just waiting for 12 a.m. for Cloud Code to reset so that I can go back to coding. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.